The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Voting just isn't going to the polls on Election Day anymore. Options like early voting, mail-in voting, and ballot drop boxes are available to more voters and are growing in popularity. How to Vote, a tool created by Democracy Works, breaks down the options your state offers for casting a ballot, empowering you to decide when and where to vote. Democracy works best when we all vote, but misinformation and confusion about election procedures have resulted in low voter turnout. How to Vote, a tool created by Democracy Works, takes the guesswork out of the voting process. How to Vote is an easy-to-use and help folks from all over the country overcome many of the process barriers to voting. Democracy Works is committed to helping you vote, no matter what. Their tool, How to Vote, does just that. You can sign up for election reminders, see what's on your ballot, get step-by-step assistance requesting your mail ballot, explore your options for returning your voted mail ballot, check your voter registration status, find your polling site, and make sure you have the appropriate ID. Decide when and where you'll vote this year at howto.vote. That's howto.vote. Even though this is a presidential election, there are many more candidates on the ballot besides the president. Go to Ballot Ready for a nonpartisan guide to your entire ballot. From there, you can compare candidates based on stances on issues, biography, or endorsements, and then save your choices to use when you vote by mail or in the voting booth. You can even request your absentee ballot or make a plan to vote early on or election day. This election matters. Make sure you have a plan to vote and vote informed. And this year, with changes to polling places and vote by mail laws as a result of COVID, it's more important than ever to have a plan and vote. Local elected officials affect our lives every day. They decide who to prosecute, monitor the quality of our drinking water, and choose the leadership of our schools. 30% of voters take time to vote and then leave some part of their ballot blank. This is a missed opportunity to choose the leaders of our communities. It's okay if you're unfamiliar with some of the more local positions. We recommend hosting a ballot party. Get together with friends over Zoom, split up the research, and go through the ballots together. Go to ballotready.org and enter your address to make a plan to vote and vote informed. That's ballotready.org.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. Powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take The Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful singer, songwriter, musician, a very multi-talented from Nashville, and she's got a new EP coming soon, too. We'll be playing one of her tunes in just a couple of minutes as well, too, and describes herself very unique as edgy country, pop rock, and Detroit soul and vibes. So she opened up for Justin Moore, Jason Aldean, Lee Bryce, and Lone Star and more. She was selected on TV shows American Supergroup in 2016, and also back in a couple years ago, she was a music producer of the year and female artist of the year as well, too, according to the Josie Awards. And live from beautiful downtown Nashville, ladies and gentlemen, the next superstar, singer, songwriter, and musician with a very unique edge, Justine Blazer. Justine, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's great to have you on board as well, too. So you're based out in Nashville, and you have a new EP coming out soon, and we'll be playing your track Plague in just a minute. We'll be also playing one of your songs at the end of the show. You open for Justin Moore, Jason Aldean, Lee Bryce, and also Lone Star and more. And you've had a very, very interesting resume, and you also began at a very young age, and you also had been on just quite a number of networks, and you also, just very busy. And before we get to all that, tell us how I first got started.
Well, I got started, like you said, very young age. My mom actually was in the entertainment industry. She actually was a model and a professional dancer. So she put my sister and I in a lot of different activities like pageants and dance lessons and modeling and acting and, summer camps and all kinds of that kind of stuff. And I just loved it. I really did. And then, I was kind of one of those kids that I was just kind of singing around the house and just having an knack for just, watching musicals and just kind of emulating all of that. And so my mom decided to put me into private vocal lessons at the age of 5. And I started studying with different private coaches from a very young age and developing, good foundation of vocal technique, placement, theory. I started learning piano at the age of 10. And then I just kind of started writing, some poems and some, really basic songs when I was kind of just going throughout school. And I just kind of got the idea of kind of putting all those together and creating songs. And then I started recording in the studio when I was 12. And I recorded my first EP when I was 13. And after high school, I moved to New York, and I was doing some stuff out there from, doing some different Broadway auditions to training at Broadway Dance Center to, piloting for, several TV shows. and just, kind of getting myself submerged in that whole thing. I also did some modeling. And then in 2011, I won the Ram Trucks Battle of the Bands competition, which was a national competition that kind of really got like my musical career kind of up into the national spot, like just kind of that kick I needed. And then from there, it just kind of led to me going to Nashville, and I've been here ever since. And then a few years ago, I started transitioning, also being an artist and writer, but into being a producer as well. So it's just been wearing all those hats, and it's just been really fun, as the years have gone on, and I've staying really busy with the whole music industry. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's how it went down.
It sounds like you stayed busy. And what was that one precise moment that influenced you into what you're doing?
Well, there's so many things that influence me in terms of what facet, from, I guess, being a songwriter, that kind of stemmed from me just kind of channeling different personal experiences and kind of putting it into a song. Learning, instruments, it really wasn't something where I was planning on learning the guitar or piano, but I had to find a way to accompany myself. So I just started getting better at that. And then, and then it just kind of carried in through me being also a music producer. So I had to learn all of the technicalities of that as well. And it's just really been kind of an organic process, me doing this all, for so many years at a full-time level. I don't do anything else. This is all that I do. So it's kind of one of those things that's inevitable. Now I'm actually getting into video. That's my new thing. I'm getting into music video direction and content creating and video editing and video shooting, and that's like my whole new thing right now. So we're continuing to the growth. It never stops. So.
Mm-hmm. And where do you see yourself in about 5-10 years from now? You talk about doing some editing, producing, and singing, everything else. Where do you see yourself about 5 or 10 years from now?
Yeah, I mean, they basically do the same thing I'm just still doing right now. Just continuing to grow as much as I can. I plan on getting more studios. I have my own studio right now, but I want to get another one. So I want to continue to keep growing with that. I hope that my clients and my girls that I'm producing, they continue doing well. Maybe a top 10 hit. Maybe a number one. Billboard, Music Row, something like that. Perhaps a Grammy. I was recently invited into the Recording Academy, so I'm now a Recording Academy member and Grammy voter. So now, the next step is sort of just continuing that growth. So it's just, it never really stops. You just continue to keep doing the best you can and setting goals for yourself and hitting those goals and then getting new goals. So it's just never stops. So,
it sounds like I have a lot of fun. You mentioned about musicals as well, too, dancing and singing to many musicals growing up. But what are some of your favorite musicals growing up?
Yeah, I mean, there was a theater in Michigan, that's where I'm from, and it was called the Marquee Theater, and it was in Northville. I think it's still around, but I'm not 100% positive. Maybe someone can tell me. But it was my absolute best time. I was like 8, 9, 10 years old, something like that, and I did all of their summer camps. So it was basically like all summer long. My mom would drop me off in the morning, and she'd pick me up in the afternoon, and we would do all kinds of stuff with theater, from performing to makeup to acting to singing to training to, I mean, there were so many things. As a child, like I absolutely loved all of that. And then I auditioned for a lot of different musicals. So I was in Oklahoma. I was in there was a musical called Raggedy Ann, so I was in that. There was another one from when I was a little bit older. I was in a chorus line, so I did that, and then several more. So there was just so many things that we did growing up. But those are just the main ones I can remember. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
It sounds like you've been through a lot, and besides the musicals, who are some of your other favorite artists, singers, and musicians growing up?
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely idolize back in the day, Mariah Carey. She's like a big reason why I'm singing today, and Whitney Houston too, but I really loved Mariah, especially in like 90s Mariah. You remember 90s Mariah. So
I remember that, yeah.
She was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. No, you're good. And so I also really loved a lot of the female country artists as well, like, your Faith Hill, Martina McBride, Trisha Yearwood, Leanne Rimes. The list goes on. So I was just so inspired because I, was training as a very young girl how to sing, and for me that was an example of things that I sort of wanted to be like, so I basically wanted to just sort of follow along that same path and that same footsteps. So that's kind of why I think I got into country. It wasn't something that I grew up listening to, because my parents listened to Bob Seger and like Motown and that kind of stuff. Like we didn't really listen to country, but I always wanted to be in country because that's where all the lady singers were, So that's why I got into country, because I wanted to do that.
It sounds like it too. And getting back to Mariah Carey, you talked about growing up with Mariah Carey in the 90s. I remember she came out, was it 87, 88 with A Vision of Love. And when I heard that song, I said, she's going to be a superstar for quite some time. 18 years old like that, it's like, wow, amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. And, especially now that I kind of know the technology with production, and in today's world, you can do a lot of tricks in production to make someone sound good. But all that kind of software and technology didn't really manifest till in the last 10, 15 years. So in the 90s, everything was done straight up. Like, you didn't have autotune, you didn't have editing, you didn't have all those tricks that you have today. And you just, have to go in there and nail the takes, So that's really why I respect a lot of the artists kind of pre-digital era. So, yeah.
It sounds like it as well, too. We'll talk about some of your music in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here a country singer, songwriter, musician, Justine Blazer here on the Mike Wagner Show, based out of Nashville. And she's also got a single out called Plague. We'll be playing in just a few minutes. And she's also got Gasoline and Pioneer Soul Shaker, which is out on Spotify. And let's talk about those, your works as well, too, and tell us more about them.
Sure. Okay, so I had my first single when I very, very long time ago. and then, it kind of transitioned into I've done 7 albums. So Gasoline was album number 4, and then Pioneer Soul Shaker, followed it. So and then we've had some few in between that, it's just all being kind of part of the journey. But Gasoline is probably one of my favorite albums, because I had a lot of great songs that I felt were like my strongest writing. And it was really when I was here in Nashville. Everything was prior to Gasoline I had done in Detroit or New York. So it really wasn't embodying like the Nashville sound that I had always wanted to have. And I was able to work at Soundstage. It was just Kelly Ballerini's studio or label, Black River Entertainment. So it was really neat to kind of be, in a world-class studio and be able to really, put a ton of work and effort into that project. So I did an album, and then it actually did really well because we did a lot of, I did a lot of radio tour, and I did a lot of work with that album to really promote it. So it actually charted in the, I think 78 on Music Row charts, and then it hit the top 10 in Europe, and then it was the number 1 most downloaded song on Play MPE, Gasoline was. And we had a lot of just different things happen with that. And then Ram Trucks, I was sponsored by them, so they had done some different different things with that album as well in terms of promotion and just kind of backing it. So it was just a really breakthrough album for me, and I had a lot of success for it. I had done the CMA fanfare. I had done a lot of different things I had never done before because of that album. And so after that, some time went on, and then I finally put out Pioneer Soul Shaker last year. And Pioneer Soul Shaker was my first entire album that I did 100% myself. So I wrote it, I produced it, I tracked it, I engineered it, I mixed it, and I mastered it. So I did it all kind of front to back, full 360. So that was another kind of moment for me where I kind of felt like it was a breakthrough. And so my new EP I'm working on right now should be out early 2021. And it's going to be a cool vibe. It's going to have some country, a little bit of pop, a little bit of rock, and just have a little bit of something for everybody. And I'm really excited about that. So yeah, this is the journey with all the albums.
It sounds very exciting as well too. We'll play the title track to Pioneer Soul Shaker at the end of the show. And this also opened up a lot of big things for you. You got selected on the TV show American Supergroup back in 2016. Back in 19, you're a Music Producer of the Year nominated and Female Artist of the Year with Josie Awards. You also opened for Justin Moore, Jason Aldean, Lee Bryce, Lone Star Moore. Can tell us about those accomplishments.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, last year I was nominated for Music Producer of the Year and Female Artist of the Year with the Josie Awards, which is one of the biggest independent award shows in the country. So that was a really cool thing to get nominated for that. And, I attended the award show, and it was just really, really neat. I got a lot of networking, met a lot of great people, had a lot of great opportunities from that. And yes, and when I was touring, back in the, from 2007 to about 2015, I think that's about the years, maybe 14, something like that. I was touring full time with my band. So I eventually got a tour van and a tour rig and everything. And we were on the road like 200 dates a year. So because of all of those just being out there, I got to meet a lot of people, a lot of different promoters, a lot of different venues, and which led to the opportunities of opening for all of these artists that you just mentioned. And there's many more. That's just a small list. And it's just, we're at a festival, hey, we need an opener. Oh, Justine, hey, we need, something to this, so it's just being kind of like right in the middle of everything. It just kind of leads to opportunities. It wasn't like something where you just sort of sign up for and hope for the best. Like you submerge yourself in that world and you just kind of become top of mind. And so that's kind of how I've always positioned myself at every facet of the industry that I've been working in. So that's kind of just how these opportunities sort of happen. And you just got to be ready to go, because a lot of them you don't have a whole lot of prep. You just have to just go with it, and then before you know it, just the credits and the opportunities just start to add up, and you have a pretty cool looking resume, so yeah.
Yes, it does. That's right. And of course, we'll play your latest play in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here, country singer, songwriter, musician Justine Blazer out of Nashville here on The Mike Wagner Show. Right now, here's her latest single called Plague from Justine Blazer right here on The Mike Wagner Show.
I hear those voices trying to tell me, repeating over and over again. My heart's alerting me with the warning. Say, don't go down that road with him. But this feeling inside can no longer hide. You touch my soul, then satisfied.
That was Justine Plague with Blazer. Justine Blazer with Plague here on the Mike Wagner Show. Got a little tongue-tied. The song was so good. Tell us more about that song. What inspired you to write it?
Yeah, so I wrote that song last fall, and I wrote it with Randy Barnett. He's a great writer over at Sony Orchard MC1, and we just kind of had this inspiration. This was kind of before the whole COVID and all of this stuff happening, and I don't know if it was just a premonition or just coincidence. I'm not really sure, but at any rate, we wrote it, and I just kind of felt this whole movement to write about something called the plague, and it's really a metaphor. It's not literal, it's just something that you could have in your life that kind of represents this like bad thing, but you sort of indulge into it, and it could be a relationship, it could be some sort of vice, it could be something that you do, anything like that. So it's written in a way that feels specific, but it feels sort of vague, where you can kind of put it into your own personal context.
Mm-hmm. And where can we find the Plague at?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much anywhere you can find your streaming music, Amazon, Spotify, Google Play, Pandora. And my website, JustineBlazer.com, you can get it there too. So. And
where can we find the rest of your music at?
Yeah, same spots, JustineBlazer.com. I have everything listed there, and then you can search Justine Blazer on Vivo, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Google, Amazon Music. Anywhere you find your music.
That's fantastic. Looking forward to it as well, too. Once again, Justine Blazer from Nashville here on the Mike Wagner Show. Just a few more minutes here before we go here. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. And what can we expect from you in 2020 and beyond?
So 2021, I expect to have my EP done and released. We're going to probably put together some lots of cool content for that, some music videos. And then I have a lot of artists I'm producing. So they're all doing very, very well. And we just continue to, get them as big as possible. And I am also involved in sync licensing. So I've been writing songs and doing compositions for my publisher. I'm hoping to continue to get more placements. I've had a few already, and it's been really exciting, and just trying to get more of those, and just continuing to write songs and inspire people, and just have a good time doing it.
It sounds you're very inspiring as well too. And who do you consider your biggest influence in your career?
My biggest influencer, it's there's in different areas of my life. From production, I'm really influenced by Billy Ducker, Machine, Sylvia Massey, Linda Perry. With songwriting, Brandy Clark, Shane McAnally, Josh Osborne, Ashley Gorey. Those are great writers. From the production aspect, like I just mentioned, a few. And then from the singers, there's so many. Like we mentioned Mariah Carey. We mentioned, I really like Luke Combs. I think he's a great writer. I think he's a great artist. And then from just the whole musicianship, I really like Prince. I really like, kind of that more those throwback artists, because I know how hard those artists worked back in the day, and there wasn't social media and tricks you could do to kind of, intensify your image. You have to really work hard. So I really like some of the older stuff because I really respect, their work ethic and their talent ability.
Mm-hmm. You sound like a very hard-working person, too, as well. We greatly appreciate that. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
So much advice, but to kind of sum it up, I would say, stay positive. Nobody really wants to be around negative people, and I think I wrote a post today, in fact, on my Facebook, like just staying positive and trying to stay around people that are excited with you. And I'd rather have someone that's not as good, but they're excited and they're enthusiastic, because you can teach the skill. You can train someone how to do something, but I can't teach someone how to have a good attitude. You know what I mean? So, and it's like, it goes both ways, whether I'm writing a song with this person, producing a song for them, playing a show, whatever it may be. Just being a pleasant person to be around goes a long way. And also, try to think of yourself as a brand. That's really important. versus just thinking of yourself as like, I'm a person who plays the guitar, or I'm a person that sings a song. Like, that doesn't equate to a career. You know what I'm trying to say? So you have to kind of think, how do you make this into a product that people would want to listen to, buy, tell their friends, whatever it may be. So it's thinking about all of the branding aspects of yourself, as well as just having a good attitude. So it's just kind of looking at it from all those different areas and aspects.
And that is so true as well in this day and age. Once again, Justine Blazer, out of Nashville, country singer, songwriter here on the Mike Wagner Show. Very big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward again soon. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
Yeah. So you guys can go to my website, which is justineblazer.com. I'm on Facebook. You can just search Justine Blazer. I'm on Instagram. You can search Justine Blazer. You can send me a DM if you want to talk to me. If you just want to tell me that you like my music or don't like my music, I don't know, whatever. Or if you're interested in having me write with you or produce some of your stuff, just hit me up. And then, or just want to say hi, that's fine too. And then, like I said, you can go on to all the different streaming platforms, which one you like, and just search Justine Blazer, and you'll find all my music.
Sounds fantastic. Once again, Justine, a very big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. We'd love to have you back on in 2020 and 2021 and beyond. Keep us up to date. You've been fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you. We really appreciate it. Big shout out to B Squared Management for asking me to be a part of everything. So I appreciate it.
Chooses the path that's less walls on, powder with dust with high heels on. She is who she is by no mistake. She gives the give, won't take the take, with the grace that God lives day by day. Slides through the trenches of hell and her heartache. Painted shades of life through pain. She just keeps carrying on and answers to no one. Ignores the rocks that's thrown her away. With a heart in shell, still believes in tomorrow. Sunrise still brings that smile on her face. Not looking for answers, still praises the maker. She's a pioneer, so shaker. Refuses to fall, born a lead. You cut her deep, she's still a bleed. Emotions won't on her, it's out of her sleeve. Through her life, holds tribulations, failed attempts and bad relations. Don't be fooled by the smile on her face. She just keeps carrying on and answers to no one. Ignores the rocks that's thrown her away. With a heart in shell, still believes in tomorrow. Sunrise still brings that smile on her face. Not looking for answers, still praises the maker. She's a pioneer, so she could. No time to waste, no. Won't roll with the fakes, no. She's a pioneer, so she just keeps carrying on and answers to no one. Ignores the rocks that's thrown her away. With a heart in shell, still in tomorrow. Sunrise still brings that smile on her face. Not looking for answers, still praises the maker. She's a pioneer, so shake her. Let's walk on, parting with us with high heels on. She is who she is by no mistake.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.